Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Lucy B here. If you're new here guys, you are most welcome, and if you've been coming always guys, thank you. Okay guys, as you can see, today's topic is African stop abusing your diaspora brothers sisters job. Before I start guys, I am not happy. I recorded my video earlier and then I even edited, and then from nowhere I deleted it by mistake, so now I have to start again. You can see it's not easy. I'm not happy, but anyway, let's forget about that. The most thing that is annoying me most is fellow brother from Africa, brothers and sisters. African, your fellow diaspora brother and sister, they are working so hard. The job that they are doing, it's really, they are doing it for you. They are working so hard so that you can be able to survive. You call this job dirty job. You call that they are cleaners here. You call them that they are washing bambams, or they wash all the bambam. They are security. You call them their babysitter. Not even using the right word, that maybe their job they're doing is called childminder. And let me remind you, childminder here, which is you call it babysitting, is you have to go and study. You have to go and do some course about it before you can become a childminder. And yet you round it down and call it babysitting. You don't know that these people have to first go and study this job as well before they become a childminder. And then you call them that they are cleaners. You tell them that they are washing bambam. Bambam called care job, and this care job you have to go and study. You have to go and also like train for it, for you to get certificate before you can be able to do this job. And it's not like wiping bambam the way you call it. It's called care job or care assistant job or a support work or something like that. It means you care. It's like you care for these people. That's why you go. You are a caring person. You have a caring heart. That's why you go and care for these people, because these people, they are either disabled, or maybe they are too old to do this kind of thing, or they have, learning disability, or they are vulnerable. If you have a caring heart, you just go and do this kind of job willingly, but not to name it like wiping bambam. That is very wrong. That's not right. These are the people who do this kind of job. They are caring. And all African, most African that come to this country, you have to do this job, because you know why? When you come to this country, even though you are a professional, you are you have to do something. You have to upgrade to European or the Western world standard. Simply, like say for example, you a nurse in Africa, what you study, the instrument you use, whatever resources you use is different from here. Say you work maybe in a theater, or you are an engineer, whatever equipment you use there is different. And don't forget, Africa is a continent that is developing. That's why it's called, most of the country in Africa are called developing countries. So you cannot compare developing countries to already developed country like Europe or like the Western world. So when your brothers, they come here, they cannot, whether they are professional, whether they are that, when they come here, they don't start working straight away. They have to upgrade themselves. They first have to go through training, maybe 1 year or even 2 years or even 3 years, to come to the standard of the developed country. You get what I mean? So by you abusing that, whatever job you're doing is dirty, you're wiping bambam, you're cleaner, you're a security, you are that, you even don't know what you're talking about. You're not even been here, and you're just calling your brothers, who are trying to work so hard, who are even suffering on top of it, because the work here are not easy. They are very, very hard job. Instead of appreciating them, instead of supporting them, instead of making, make them feel better, instead you bring them down. Why, African? Why do you do this? And yet this same job you're calling dirty job is the very job that is paying for your school fees, or is paying for your children's school fees, or is putting a food on your table. It's the same job that is paying for your medical bill, and you're here calling it dirty job. You know why I'm so mad at this kind of people in Africa that are doing this to their fellow brothers and sisters abroad? It's because like yesterday night, I could not sleep. One of my friends called me, and she was crying all her heart out. Our sister called her and asked for money. And then when she told the sister, look, I don't have money. We are in a recession, and I'm also struggling to put food on my table for my children. I'm struggling for everything, the bills and everything. I don't have money. You know me, when I have money, I send. But the sister, instead of maybe say, okay, my sister this, that, from nowhere, she started abusing her sister. Oh, you're very proud, you're boastful of your dirty job, wiping all this bambam, and you're proud, or you think you're on top of the world. My sister, how can you say such a thing to your sister? I know your sister she works so hard, and all the money she work here, she persevere, she send it back to you guys. Why would you talk to your sister like that? Why, Africa? Okay, I understand you've not been here, but haven't you heard of enough story? Oh, okay. Are you not seeing the news? Are you not seeing the news? For example, in the UK, yeah, they strike everywhere. Every department they are striking. You know why? Because of this recession, everything has tripled, even have gone 5 times. Something that used to be £1 has gone to maybe £6. And on top of it, they have not increased salary. If someone is on benefit, they have not increased their benefit. So now, tell me, how do you expect your brother and sister to be able to to manage this kind of situation? Everything has been double, triple or something, and their salary remain the same. Just tell me, how do you work out that? How do you expect them to have money? The gas has gone really even worse. The electricity, everything has gone, they are so high. Your diaspora brother and sister, they are struggling. If you don't know what's going on, start watching CNN, start watching news, BBC or something. You are gonna see that every department in UK, or even maybe, I don't know about other country, other European country, but every department in UK are striking because they can't afford. They are all struggling. They can't afford fuel. They can't afford food. They can't afford every expense, all the bills that is coming to them. You go to do shopping. You have to really pick something that's really important. I can give you an example. Like when you have a child, you have to think about bread, milk, butter, and maybe just basic stuff. You cannot buy all those things that you used to have. So this is how Europe is affected. How is what is going on, and you are just there. At least for you there, you have garden. You can just go in the garden and pluck our yam, sweet potato, cassava. You can just go out there. You can just go and pluck beans on the garden. But here, everything you have to buy. Everything is imported. You have to buy everything. You can just go in your field there and harvest anything in your garden. But here we depend. All our life depend on supermarket. So please, fellow African brothers and sisters, have mercy on your brother and sisters abroad. Have mercy, please, I beg you. And how dare you call that this is dirty job? And yet this is the very job that is feeding you. This is the very job that is really taking care of you. Like I said, Africa is not developed. So don't expect when an African person come here, they will get the kind of job they used to do in Africa. And even if you are doing that good job, compared to even this wiping bam or this cleaning job or security, if you compare the money, this money is even bigger than yours. The only problem that the diaspora have is the bills. Bills take away everything. And still you don't understand that. Why, African? Why don't you say, why can't you be thankful? Why can't you sympathize with your fellow brothers and sisters who are suffering here? It's winter time now. You get up early in the bed when it's very dark. You go out there in the cold when your hands are paining. You're suffering. Your eyes are watering. You go to work, the work is so hard. There's also racism. There's everything your fellow brothers and sisters are facing. And instead of calling them and calm them down and say, look, sister, it's gonna be okay. Just persevere a little bit. My brother, persevere a little bit. It's gonna be okay. No, you call and say, you just scream at them and tell them that their job is dirty. Hey, Africa, you are wicked. African who say this, who do this, you are wicked. You are very wicked. Stop it. Stop it. It's not good. It's not funny. Okay? It's not funny at all. And that one cannot make anybody smile. It's not right. And you know why I'm so mad? I told my friend said, I need to really try and educate fellow African about this. And thank you, my friend, if you're watching. I hope, and please don't worry, just leave everything to God. I know you're gonna watch this. Leave everything to God. One day they will come to understand. Sometimes I don't blame African brothers and sisters who kind of, torture their fellow brothers and sisters abroad. It's just because they don't know. But still, when your brother and sister tells you, you need to believe them. And also when you know that when they have money, they support you. That's already enough for you to believe them when they say they don't have money. If you think it's so easy, why don't you come here? Why don't you come and get the money yourself? If you think there's money everywhere here, come then. Do it yourself. Why do you have to rely on your own mature? You have eyes, you have legs, you have whatever. Why do you have to rely on your sister only or brother only? Why I'm bitter? This thing happened to me sometime back. Sometime back I was talking to one of my ex back home. So when he called me, so I respond, I picked the call and I started talking to him. And then before even I could say anything, his girlfriend grabbed the phone and started throwing insult at me. Started saying, oh, you, look at you. You think now you're abroad and yet you're there busy wiping old people bam. You're busy doing dirty job. You're cleaning whatever. The girl say all kind of thing to me. And I was like, what? And the thing that she didn't know that it was me who even advised my boyfriend to get a girlfriend, because simply I knew I was not now gonna be with him again, because I come here, I met another guy, I was expecting a child. Definitely we were over and I had to advise advised my ex to look for another woman, which he didn't want. But in the end, he had to. I told him, I said, look, we cannot be together again. I'm with another man. But we still remain friends. For him, he would still call me. And that day when he called me, hey, his girlfriend really said so many bitter words to me. And I felt so bad. And indeed, it was true. By then, I was doing care job. Yes, definitely we were doing that kind of stuff. But I didn't care. I just say, ignorant. I just ignore it and I just say, it's all right. So I'm sure it does not happen only to me and my friend. I'm sure many African abroad, brothers and sisters, all many are going through this kind of thing. Your fellow brother and sister abuse the job that support them. That is dirty job. And let me tell you, this job are not dirty. Like I said, care job is caring for the vulnerable people. Cleaning, who doesn't want to have a clean environment? Even security, you need security in your home. It's everywhere. So what's wrong with that? And it's not babysitting. It's called child minding or child minder. They care about the children. And like I said, guys, this channel, we empower people, we motivate, and mostly it's about making the world a better place to live. So guys, if you find this video is informative, please guys like, share, and subscribe. Thank you already. My fellow African brother and sister, if you call your sisters living abroad, your brothers living abroad's job is dirty, stop it right away. It's not dirty. The job they're doing, a good job, is caring. It's making the world a better place to live. If you have that kind of heart, you won't call it a dirty job. And this is the job that is also putting food on your table, that is paying for your school fees or for your children's school fees, that is paying for your medical bills. And this is the job that is one day, one time will develop Africa.